Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be going over Station 19, Season 5, Episode 2, the Marina, Carina and Maya scenes. I just wanted to add a little caveat to this that last night I was at Pants Live and then doing the L Word Generation Q season finale, so I haven't actually been to sleep, so if I'm a little bit all over the place, I apologize. Just wanted to get this out in decent enough time. So without any further ado, let's get right into today's episode talking about Station 19, Season 5, Episode 2, Maya and Carina. And don't forget to hit subscribe and give the video a big thumbs up if you're looking forward to even more Carina and Maya this season. Okay, so we're gonna start.
Every night for the last 11 months, I have fantasized about putting my wedding dress back on and storming McAllister's office again.
Yeah, and get yourself demoted to pro.
I wouldn't be thinking about
we could finally start talking
too much if I was in either of those situations right now. I really feel like we're gonna go to this whole, it's like another lesbian gay like trope of the how will we possibly have children, and please do not go down the rabbit hole that was Cali and Arizona, where the doctor who works with a lot with children, there's no way that she wants children, and then the other person does, and just please no. I love them so much. They don't need any hiccups. I just need I need them to incorporate Carina into the show better. That should be like number one thing. Because at the moment, she just gets added on to like the beginning and the end of episodes. And she's like a little wifey wife. And I want her in the show more. And I want them to have more scenes. Not just scenes of them talking about having children, but I feel like that's what I'm in store for this episode.
Deluca Bishop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go change.
Yeah.
The other lesbian trope of mixing last names and all that shebang, when like most lesbians I know don't have any issue with their names.
Can we talk about this later?
I am about to start a 24-hour.
Okay. Maya, every time I try to bring this up, you come up with some excuse on why it's not the right time to discuss it.
Well, I'm sorry, but when we got engaged, I told you I wasn't sure.
Which is why we should discuss it.
Okay, I need time, okay? You're so sure that you...
This is what I cannot buy, right? That like anyone gets into a serious relationship, let alone gets married, when they haven't had these conversations. Like I wouldn't even waste someone's time going on a date, never mind wasting like years of their life or their or whatever. Like I literally, if I meet someone and I'm interested in them, I will literally be like, I do not want children. I have absolutely no qualms about that. Like I really love kids. I love my nephews. I babysit my cousins and everything, but I do not want that for myself. And I would never waste someone's time who does. So there's no point in like starting, because then you just get into this situation where you're just going back and forth all the time about it and wasting time and energy when they could be kissing each other and talking about if they want children or not.
Discuss it.
Well, I'm sorry, but when we got engaged, I told you I wasn't sure.
Which is why we should discuss it.
Okay, I need time, okay? You're so sure that you want to have kids, and I am not. I need you to be okay with that.
And I have been okay with that. But, okay, we're not getting any younger.
That is like a fair point.
Okay, we'll talk about this later.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm guessing they're supposed to be like my age. I'm 34, and most of my friends have either had one kid or they're on like their second kid or something. And some of my friends who haven't had children, they've gone and, you know, got checked at like fertility clinics and stuff. And, you know, Carina is like an OBGYN, so she, you know, knows what she's talking about, literally like an expert. So yeah, I'm sure that she is conscious of that. I just don't understand how these two waste any time or leave a room without like kissing each other or something, because they're just both so stunning, and then they have like such great chemistry. I'm like, why are you leaving a room without? That's on you. I mean, you're missing out. I know that it's supposed to be like fighting a little bit, but okay, this is our big scene of the episode.
To go to a bar at 8:30 in the morning.
It's tradition, and we haven't gone in a year and a half.
Why do I suddenly feel like I'm walking on egg skins with you?
Eggshells.
Whatever.
I don't think I can do it. Have kids. I mean, it's terrifying. It's like ripping your heart out and watching it walk around the world.
Exactly.
Oh,
It is
now
like
we're gonna have
ripping
like
your
this.
heart out and watching it walk around the world.
I feel like this is like flashbacks, and we're in Cali in Arizona again. Like, okay, Maya's a firefighter, but like literally really similar circumstances.
Okay, Maya, I love you. And if being married to you means not having any children, I will learn to accept that, because I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do, especially not something.
Well, at least they're not in the way that like Cali and like they're way further along than Cali and Arizona, who were dating. Like they're married and everything, and at least I was gonna say Stephanie then. At least Carina is saying, you know, I can live without kids because I can't live without you. So I do like that, because they like a lot of the time with this, because this happens a lot, this trope of like, it's, I mean, there's about 5 things that they do with gay characters, and this is one of them. Kill them is the major one. And I feel like anytime they do this storyline, it's always like a way to split them up and stuff. So I do like that they're at least being like, I will be able to survive, because it's more important for Carina to be with Maya than to have kids.
As big as bringing another life into this world. But I know you. You aren't afraid of anything.
That's
so
fair.
when you tell me that you don't want to have kids because you're too terrified of it, I think
That's
maybe
like a fair way to
Maya,
pull her out, because she like knows
is
her
it?
so well.
Can you look at me? What is
You know,
it?
I got demoted and replaced by a douche who calls me pretty. And my boss is another douche who thinks that having a handlebar mustache makes you a firefighter. And I know I made decisions that got me here. But I was on a track. I was projected to make battalion chief by 40. I mean, maybe even chief of SFD.
Are we gonna go into like the...
And you can still do all of that.
You don't get it. You don't.
She's gonna say like,
understand,
well, I can
Marina.
carry the
You're
baby.
You're a doctor and
or-
OB, for God's sakes. You can still do your job and be pregnant.
Yeah.
When a firefighter gets pregnant, they have to report themselves by day 1. Day 1. I wouldn't see the inside of a fire truck for 9 months. Do you know what happened to me on duty yesterday? I mean, I got high on K2 and passed out.
What?
You know, there are no pumping brakes.
How did she
in the
not
middle
tell
of
her
the car.
that?
There are no
I'm sure she would.
breast milk fridges at a firehouse.
Okay. Lucky for you, there are 2 wombs in this relationship.
Even if you were the one to carry, I would still be a new mom. And yes, they would technically give me parental leave. But do you really think that they would promote me back up after that? Where the hell are my shoes?
That is one thing that people, like real world people, ask, like seem fascinated by like how someone asked me literally the other day, like, oh, because I was talking about a gay couple I know and like them having kids, and they were like, oh, well, how do you all decide? And I'm like, oh, actually there's this ceremony that takes place. Like, it's, you talk about it, like you have a human conversation. I mean, sometimes it's literally like someone has polycystic ovary or something like that, where the decision is kind of made for you, but the rest of the time you talk about it, you know. know it's a foreign concept to some people, especially on the L word thing. That's maybe where they were getting the information from.
You know, Warren and Miller, they can become dads at the drop of a hat. And they can enjoy the magic and the spontaneity. And the department can, the department just congratulates them.
Yeah, and it's totally
and gives
different
them a cigar
rules.
because the
And
system is built for them, but it's
Let's
not
not
for me.
talk about
You know,
this
I
right
tried,
now.
Karina, I tried, okay, to wrap my brain around it. For you, because you got married for me.
I did not get married for you.
Okay, I know.
I love Karina's just like, come on. Karina has to be one of the healthiest queer people on, or even just people on TV. Like, it's kind of like Gigi in the L Word. Like, she is so secure in herself and like has done the kind of work on herself and like work with her emotions and can talk about everything and doesn't like bottle things up, and obviously she's like teaching Maya that way too. So I really like that about Karina.
I love you. But I can't do it.
Ooh, Karina looks like really devastated. Ugh. Oh. Is this really where we're leaving it? I like I said at the beginning, I really feel as though with them we're getting these like little bookend bits at the start of the episode and the end, because that's where they can squeeze Karina in, like when Maya's going to work and when she's coming home. They haven't found like a way to properly incorporate her into the show, so I really would love to see more of that. Of course I want more scenes with them, because I feel as though, especially the way they market the show and stuff, like and the draw of viewership, I feel like there's a huge amount of viewers watching for this couple and these two actresses. So I feel like we should get our dues and we should get a few more scenes, or even like, yeah, that scene at the end was a little bit longer, but still like it only adds up to a few minutes an episode. So would love more of that. I hope they move away from this storyline. I feel like I'm back in Grays with Callie in Arizona, and I cannot think about the way their storyline ended, because we were robbed and abused when it came to their storyline. So they still need to repair what they did to poor precious babies Callie in Arizona. So I hope that this is just a blip and we move on to more fun, happiness, love, everything for Maya and Karina. And overall, yes, more screen time this episode, although that's not saying a lot. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little reaction. I'll be back next week with episode 3. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on this or any other LGBTQ content that I put out. And if you enjoyed this week's scenes with Maya and Karina, make sure to leave a big thumbs up on the video. And all of my information for social media, Patreon, merch store, everything else will be in the description box down below. And as always, make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.